We're here showing you how to serve a center serving on a bowstring, not using a serving machine. What I normally do is I will start by putting the serving material through the string, pulling it snug up to the string. I'll normally go around once or twice. Then I'll take that loose end, and you can see right here there's one serving around, and then I can start doing the overwrap. You may need to adjust the tension on your serving jig, and then I'll just do overwrap for about 15-20 wraps. Now, depending on the material of the string, the thickness of the serving I need, how the type of material you're serving on, you may leave this wrap under the serving to give the serving more bite to grab onto, or you can just get rid of it at this point and just continue your serving without doing any more overwrap. Once I have enough clearance, I can take one of my blades and cut it off. Always hold the blade, if you're going to try and cut flush, make sure you're holding the blade flush to the string. You're not cutting down towards the string at all. As I'm serving, I'm always feeling the serving jig to see what type of tension is being put on it. But you don't want too much tension on it to where you're starting to pinch and bind the fiber underneath, but you also don't want it loose to where you're going to get uneven tension across the serving. So I have a little mark here that I'm serving up to, and then I'll do the tie off. Alright, so we're right at our mark. We just put on some new center serving, nice and tight, nice and even. I'm going to let out some slack. I'm going to make a loop and go over the top. And now I'm going to serve backwards through my loop. And I like to do about 16 wraps to tie it off. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let out a little bit more slack. And then I wrap back over. As I'm wrapping this side, this end is unwrapping. And eventually I'll unwrap those 16 wraps. I also take my finger and I'm always securing the wraps so that they don't come loose on me. Now, some people will just let the serving jig hang and do it, but I tend to like to hold it in my palm just so things aren't flopping around on me. Once we unwrap all the serving, we're left with our loop, and I'll usually put my thumb on it as I pull the end through and just let the loop get nice and small until the loop's done, and then I'll just snug it up a little bit. I'm not trying to force it super tight, because I don't want to pinch and strangle the material under it, but I just want to make sure I get a nice consistent tension across the overwrap. So when I'm done with that, I'll cut off, and I'll usually leave about 1/8 to 3/16 of length on the jig, and then I would take my lighter and melt down that little nub so that there's a little ball that can't get through the overwrap.